Okay, thanks. Good morning. My phone died, so I didn't see your messages last night. I'll be home after school at like 5:30 to 6. And no, I never got a phone call from anyone. I don't know if you're ignoring me or not, but I'll be home in a little over half an hour unless you send me a message saying you don't want me to come home or something. It would be nice if you'd send me a response so I know you're not ignoring me and nothing's wrong. If you don't respond, I'm going to start assume you don't want me coming home. Don't be an just checkmark and saw your message. I sent you a message at 6 this morning. You could have responded to that one at least, because you can't tell me you haven't looked at your phone even once today. See you soon. My mom and her opinions on my wedding reception. Context: my mom and I have always had a rough relationship. She and my dad got divorced when I was really young, and she has remained single since. She's got some nasty feelings about my dad, hence the comment about them playing games together. She was emotionally and mentally abusive to me and my brother growing up, and it was so bad that my brother moved to go live with my dad when we were in high school. When I went to college, she never called and rarely texted. I ended up going to my MIL more than her by the time I got engaged. While planning for the wedding, she didn't contribute much, partially because I didn't want her to and didn't ask, partially because I chose to host the wedding across the country from her, and partially because she didn't have a lot to contribute anyways. I still don't know what she meant by subsidizing me, since she did not monitoring contribute to the wedding besides purchasing us a wedding gift off our registry. These kind of discussions is one of the few ways she would try to contribute. It's been over a year since the wedding happened. My husband and I are very happy with how it went, and my relationship with my mom's gotten a little better, but man, was that a stressful time to talk to her. You have a DJ, right? We don't. There's not enough space at the reception area for a proper dance floor, and it was an expense that neither Blank nor I wanted to prioritize over other things. There's not going to be music? There will still be first dances. We'll have like a 6x6 area cleared out for that, and we've hired a fiddler to play the music live, but no DJ. What are people supposed to do at the reception? Eat and leave? Music customarily helps people celebrate and eases their social anxiety surrounding complex relationships, but okay, your choice. Seems inappropriate that they taunt themselves as a wedding/reception venue, but don't have space for a dance floor. Oh, jeez. That's why we're gonna have games afterwards. We're going to have cornhole, giant Jenga, awesome, lots of packs of cards, dominoes, chess, checkers, other various card games, Battleship, yeah, and Hungry Hippos. One of our first dates was at Well Played, which was a board game restaurant. We wanted to pay homage to that rather than including dancing, since it's not something Blank and I have ever done together or felt the need to spend money on. Tout, not taunt. If people end up getting bored, I'm okay if they leave early, and Blank and I wanted this to be a celebration that represents who we are and what we love. Not everyone will like that or enjoy the things we enjoy, and that will be okay. They will still be fed an amazing dinner with drinks, and we'll get to see one of the prettiest mountainside locations that we've ever been to. So you think your dad would like to play Jenga or Hungry Hippos with me, in silence? Okay, the reception is appreciation of the people that care about you and have made great efforts to attend and contribute to your future together. Okie dokie, don't be upset. I'm trying to understand and help. I won't ask any more questions if that's better for you. Why are you being such a little pissy baby about no music? Like, dude. I'm not upset. I understand that this isn't the most traditional of ways to host a reception, but I promise you that lots of thought and consultation has gone into this idea. Plus, it's way too late to change it. All DJs under $700 are booked through till November by now, and though we could push tables out of the way after cake cutting to make more room for a dance floor, the result would be awkward and less fun for those who are movement impaired like Grandma Blank and Blank Grandma. Thought and consultation. Okay, I'm shutting up. I'm not in the inner circle. Whatever you and your people have decided will be perfect. Don't make fun of me. It's not funny. I've been subsidizing you all along. I've asked questions because if help is needed, I just try to help. You play Go Fish. Just forget it. You don't need me. In fact, instead of paying thousands of dollars to fly people to some remote place that you chose, how about I just don't? Mom, I was not making fun of you. I was trying to be lighthearted. I don't know what the intent of this conversation was besides to stress us both out, but I don't want to talk wedding details anymore. It's not fun, and given the fact that it's a month away, nearly nothing about it can change anymore. If you don't want to come, then don't. I'm not going to make you. I'm not your mom. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to have you there, but if you're this upset about everything, then I don't want you to waste the money. Okay, the intent was to help if you needed, but you don't want or need my help, I won't ask anymore. You want me to just throw away the rest of the stuff you left here? Is it just a waste of time and money for me to pack it up and send it? There are some things that I've kept, like your wedding dress plus veil, some birthday cards, holiday cards, and my yearbooks, but everything else I've mostly sorted through and donated to Goodwill. If the stuff that is left is just clothes or books, they'll also get donated. I don't have the much room for extra stuff when I move to Korea, and I don't want to just store things I don't intend to use or look at in Will's grandparents' attic. Sell the dress. There's no reason for you to have to keep it. You can get a small storage unit. Pretty sure most people in the service don't throw away all their belongings. Blank, I'm sorry. I got emotional. I think my electrolytes are off. Well, I mean, at least they apologize. I don't know how genuine it is, but, My mom's response to my dad's death. This isn't even all of it, just the last thing I allowed her to say to me before I disowned her, lol. For context, my dad passed away in a house fire and I was left to deal with everything. I asked my mom if she knew what his parents' names were and she said all this, lol. Anyone else struggling with no parents at 25? I just want to say I'm still upset about what you said in April. However, I need to fill out a bunch of papers for my dad and I need help. I don't know where he was born or his parents' names. I know Mama Donnie, but I don't even know if I'm spelling it correctly. Honestly, I don't give a shit about your Terry, dad's full name, problem. He was a scourge on this earth and karma finally caught up with him, so you stay upset with me all you want. Sheesh. Honestly, are you okay? Something, have a nice f***ing life. Thank you, blank. By the way, the day your dad died was the happiest day of my life. He was the devil. To me, when we were married, he gave everyone on earth a bad time. Ask all his wives, they are happy he's gone. Don't really care what you think of me. My dad died and you told me, sorry, your dad has cancer, Susan. Well, touche, but I'm not sorry your dad is gone. Actually, hearing your dad was dead made me smile. How can you just, like, say that to someone? Like, regardless of your feelings, like, regardless of your f***ing problems, how could you just, like, say that to someone grieving over their parents' death? Like, dude, really? I wonder if my dad is ever gonna get sick of me calling out his boomer shit on Facebook. He shares something like this every year. This year, I wrote him a little something back. Pretty proud of that if I do say so myself. It snowed last night. 8 p.m., I made a snowman. 8:10, a feminist passed by and asked me why I didn't make a snow woman. 8:15, so I made a snow woman. 8:17, my feminist neighbor complained about the snow woman's voluptuous chest, saying it objectified snow women everywhere. 8:20, the gay couple living nearby threw a hissy fit and moaned it could have been 2 snowmen instead. 8:22, the transgender man, woman, person asked me why I didn't just make 1 snow person with detachable parts. 8:25, the vegans at the end of the lane complained about the carrot nose, as veggies are food and not to decorate snow figures with. 8:28, I was being called a racist because the snow couple is white. 8:31, the Middle Eastern gent across the road demanded the snow woman be covered up. 8:40, the police arrived saying someone had been offended. 8:42, the feminist neighbor complained again that the broomstick of the snow woman needed to be removed because it depicted women in a domestic role. 8:43, the council equality officer arrived and threatened me with eviction. 8:45, TV news crew from ITN showed up. I was asked if I knew the difference between snowmen and snow women. I replied, snowballs, and am now called a sexist. Okay, the snowballs joke is funny, but 9 o'clock I was on the news as a suspected terrorist, racist, homophobe, sensibility defender, bent on stirring up trouble during difficult weather. 9:10 I was asked if I have any accomplices. My children were taken by social services. 9:29 far-left protesters offended by everything marched down the street demanding for me to be arrested. There is no moral to this story. This is what we've become, all because of snowflakes. And the response? It snowed last night. 8 o'clock, I made a snowman. 8:10, a feminist passed by and admired it. She went home and made her own snow woman in her own yard a few houses down. 8:20, the gay couple next door to her loved the idea of a snow woman and made their own snowmen, a gay snow couple modeled after themselves, wearing their own hats and scarves. 8:22, a transgender person, noticing a trend forming in the neighborhood, made their own snow person with no genitals at all, because at the end of the day, it was a person made of snow and it doesn't need a gender anyway. That's weird as shit. 8:25, the vegans at the end of the road used the many vegetables they had in the fridge and made a whole snow town in their front yard. Men and women, children and pets. And when they started the melt, they've brought their kids to feed the discarded veggies to the animals at the petting zoo the next town over. 8:31, the Middle Eastern gent across the road made his own snow family too, dressed in his hat and scarf bought here from his own hometown, his kids' mittens and caps, and one of his wife's spare burqa. 8:45, TV news crew from ITN showed up. I was interviewed for starting a fun snowman trend that was spreading across the whole neighborhood. My neighbors commented about how festive and cheerful the whole street felt with so many snowmen on so many of the lawns. The place had never looked so magical. 9 o'clock, I was asked if I had any help. My children were interviewed and were so excited by the whole ordeal. 9:10, I was on the evening news for starting the whole thing with my classic snowman, with his carrot nose, and the street was a more beautiful place. Everyone did their own thing, everyone was included, and everyone was represented. But 10 o'clock, when the crotchety old conservative man with nothing better to do crawled out from his cave and saw the snowman that dared not to represent him, he was so offended he wanted to make sure the whole town knew it. He quickly sat down and opened up Facebook. Typing one finger at a time, he started complaining. The woman made a woman, and it doesn't doesn't look like me. The trans person made a trans person out of snow, and it doesn't look like me. The gay men made gay snowmen, and that doesn't represent me. He moaned and he groaned, and by time he was done, no one really gave a shit either way. They were happy, and if he didn't like it, he didn't have to participate. There is actually a moral to this story. The world is a much more beautiful place if you just let people do their own thing, while you do yours. No one gets hurt when other people are included. Messages from my dad when route from school changed slightly. This isn't normal, is it? You appear to be lost. You're not taking the most direct route home. I was walking with blank. I was taking a slightly different route and was going to pop into her place quick. I was going to message you the second I got there. It was very presumptuous of you to make that decision without prior discussion. And while you say that you intended to message me on arrival, you had ample opportunity to do so before you left school or during the unusually leisurely 14 minutes it took you to walk down blank. It's enough to make me wonder if you really intended to message me at all. Sorry, I got a bit sidetracked chatting to blank. I should have thought to message you sooner. Indeed, you should have, but your decision to willfully disobey my very clear instructions raises so many wider questions about whether or not you're upholding the sort of standards that we expect from you. In particular, whether you're actually with people other than blank, exactly who else will be present at blank's house, and what sort of activities you're intended to partake in upon arrival. We'll need to have a very thorough discussion about all of this later in the evening. Please, I really don't need all this right now. I advise you to mind your tone. Sorry, I'm just a little stressed right now. I'll come home immediately. See that you do, and try not to dawdle. Dawdle? Disney villain dialogue, yeah. I advise you to mind your tone, Commander. 'Tis the season for parental tantrums. Merry Christmas, blank. I sent money to bank. Fancy a biryani? No. Voice call, 2 minutes. That's really nice. You shouldn't have. Sorry, I was fast asleep. I've been making use of my days off by snoozing as long as possible. I'll show you some of the Egyptian food later. Don't bother. Okay. Missed voice call, missed voice call, missed voice call, ... missed voice call. Your narrative is that your mother is an alcoholic, so why am I excluded from conversion? Always said I'm happy for you to come down after work. I don't like to answer the phone when you're drinking. Missed voice call, missed voice call. I did forgive you. Missed voice call. In their culture, I must be there, so why was I excreted? You did not help with my life-changing operation. Sorry, but I can't cover anymore. This is why I don't talk to you when you're drunk. Bye. You've been not helpful since my operation or rehabilitation. Cruel. I'm not going to cover up for you anymore. Did you take me for my operation? Pre-op? Follow-up? You just talked to me anyway. You've just cut me off. Goodbye, blank. You're choosing to cut me off. No, that was your choser. Bye. Oh, editor's note, this is from the beginning of the video. Huh. I should have dumped you into care as soon as Gran and Social Services said and sorted myself out. You've been neglected to me. I've tried to see things from you. I've had to learn how to walk since that operation. Do you know how that'll be? No, I've just managed to put my foot into the knickers without falling out. If you wanted to know about my alcohol history, I had done 4 years of abstinence until you left without notice. You've neglected me, abandoned cat, killed that bird. Stop being abusive and get sober. Not everything is about you and how sorry you feel for yourself. You act as if the world revolves around you. You could have asked what I was doing for Christmas and joined me, but you didn't, and now you're sat at home feeling sorry for yourself. Grow up. Come around and talk to me about it. You're my mom, not the other way around, like you keep forgetting. You fixed the mess you made. What you said today is unbelievably rude. Don't expect to treat people like when they run to you. You are my daughter, and I made so many sacrifices for you. However, those you will never know. I can't help you anymore. Sorry. Sorry, sorry. Amazing. You keep avoiding me. Scared. I will never see you again in this world. That is your choice. Nah, that's your choice. Come down after work if you want already told you this. Postcode? I don't know where you work or when you finish, so also, I don't know what that word is. You know where I live. I finish at 3:30, don't know what you're talking about. Right, blank texting is, hope you has a great give me example of people how I've treated like shit. I will meet you at blank station if that's where you mean. I should have dumped you into care as Gran and Social Services said and sorted myself out. I hope you remember this comment when you wake up from being blackout drunk yet again, because I will. You sound exactly like Dad did when I said I'm not comfortable with the way I'm being treated. I won't be meeting you. I can change my alcohol consumption, but you can't stop being selfish. Consider this an estrangement anyway. I wish you well, blank. You tell me you should have put me in care and then say I'm being selfish? Both my parents now officially admit they have only conditional love for me when it benefits them. No worries, my door's open if you want to say sorry, but you won't. Mom's reaction to me hosting Christmas dinner. Is this an email? Do people communicate with their parents via email? Hello, blank. First, thanks for all the gifts and thank you for the nice dinner. Then, I know you usually have a short attention span to what I say, but in this case you must read this, please. It's well intended. I know I've said it before, but it didn't stick with you. you. It appears that you would rather listen to others or to yourself rather than your mom, who had hosted for decades. If you decide to host a Christmas dinner or such an important holiday meal dinner, you know that you must work hard before and after, clean, cook, host, and cater to guests, clean again, kind of busy. I personally don't like to do it anymore. Here are some simple etiquette rules for a host that will help ensure a fun, successful party. When making a plan of what to serve, you buy and or cook what your guests would like first, and then what you like. You need to have at least 2 appetizers and never serve them in their store-bought container. Add a few type of snacks, crackers, cheese cuts, olives, dry fruits again on your china plate, nicely displayed again, never in their store-bought box. Main dish must include 2 types of meat, since not everyone might like the kind you like, maybe chicken and sausage or fish or such. We loved your chicken, by the way. Main dish must be served with at least 1 side dish, and you must give people options, mashed potatoes, veggies, etc. Drinks. You must have all options: vodka, cognac, beer, mineral water, Pepsi, Sprite, wine, a few kinds of dry, sweet, etc. All, again, not what you like or what you think is healthy, but everything. People come to a party to enjoy it. They can be saved in your bar for other parties if not finished. You must have what you know your friends usually drink. If you invite them, then you must carry what they like if you know already. Regardless if it's a healthy choice or not, no healthy choices at a big dinner party. At least one host should not drink alcohol so they can warm up, serve, clean, attend to guests, the meals, etc. You can imagine a drunk or dizzy host trying to do all the above, all drinking on empty stomach. Ugh, sheesh, it just doesn't end. On a more personalized note, your dinner was nice, beautiful table display, good chicken and salad. I would have added a few options as said above and less sweets. I feel like blank understood that your dad and I like sweets, so the cookie section was great, and we got many types of chocolates from blank. Thanks. The wine glasses look nice, but they're very light, ready to flip over a couple times. You took me from the expensive crystal glasses from blank. Those are expensive, appropriate, fancy, and sturdy. If you like cheaper versions, that's fine, just make sure they stand safely. The shelves at Goodwill are full of hundreds and thousands of the nice looking but cheap quality like those. Why do you think that is? Just stop spending on cheap stuff and get yourself nice quality crystal glasses. Check online the kinds and go to Macy's and feel them, buy them. These are just tips and tricks for a lovely party. I don't expect you to know all at once, but you're too young and no experience. But I do expect that you read this email in entirety and try to learn a little. You're smart. Oh God, at least one host should not drink alcohol so they can warm up, serve, clean, attend to guests, the meals, etc. You can imagine a drunk or dizzy host trying to do all the above, all drinking on empty stomach. Ugh. The food must be warmed up or should be in the oven when first guest comes into the door, then ready in 30 to 40 minutes, served hot. If you feel like you don't have the time or experience for this, then just go ahead and buy the food as suggested above, including everything: snacks, appetizers, main sides, salads, cake, cookies, and just serve them. You have the money for it, that's why I asked you what you'll serve and if you cook and when. All of the above are first common sense rules. They are stated by all famous chefs on the internet. If your mom is not good enough for you, you'll learn in time. However, I learned from my mom, who was a great hostess trained at the blank. God. On another note, try not to drink when having dinner with blank's parents. I can tell you from hearing my colleagues and friends with sons and their girlfriends, none, I mean absolutely none, like to see the girls drink at all. Of course, you'll like to brush it off again, but I'm right and I don't lie. You can always drink as much as you want afterwards if you really have the urge, but try not to finish your glass when in their presence, even if they show that it's okay. I can't even emphasize from my point of view how terrible look, to me, all people who can't stop. My whole life experience showed me how terrible that is. My parents didn't drink more than 1 to 2 glasses just to cheer or so I can't really accept all people who can't control themselves or don't respect themselves or others. We had company's dinner, a few got drunk, everybody was talking next day. All drunks have been labeled, not by me, but by many around me. That's life, that's how it is. My dear, my love, don't take this as a lecture. You're old enough to understand that I love you too much and I want that everything you do to be perfect and you to have success in life on every field, starting with your personal life, your job, your career, your friends, your parties, your everything. I wouldn't be a good mom if I don't say it. You're the center of our lives and that's supposed to be. If not, then something is wrong. And please do not hesitate to lecture me if you think I deserve it. I don't mind a good and sincere advice. All my life I've been trying to get better. Also, I'm getting older, so maybe I deserve some pushing or pulling sometimes. And I don't mind you watching my activity, online or otherwise, as long as we all stay safe. Also, please let me know if I embarrass you in any way. That's the last I think I want to do or to be. Just FYI, I used to be as dismissive as you are for about 2 months, and before I got married, so like when I was 20, and never since. I feel bad for all the disrespect I showed my parents for a couple of months, not 10 years, and I made sure I told them afterwards many times how much I appreciated them, what they did for me, and how much I appreciated them. Now go back to the beginning and read this lecture again. No whining, please. Thanks. Christ, man, that was that was insane. It is not that deep. a Christmas dinner party. Like, it's really not that, like, okay, there's one thing being like, hey, I have some advice that maybe you could use and, like, benefit from. You know, here's some small things that you can maybe do. But it sounds to me like you're just trying to change the entire thing to how you would do it. It's not your party. You're not the host. Also, couldn't you just, like, do a phone call? Why an email? That's so weird. Merry Christmas to me. The email I received from my mother after she found out I got a restraining order against her. I will be burning all photos, school photos, books, cards, school drawings, and all evidence of you from my life and our family. Waste your time running to someone about this last email if you like, but it will be the last time you ever hear from me ever. Therefore, not necessary. Every evidence of you will be erased from our lives, and you have given me the proof I need to cut you from any inheritance ever. From now on, you don't exist. I have one daughter, and all trace of you will be gone, burnt as it should be. I have one daughter, and I'm glad that I finally found out the truth, and what a liar you are, and who will go to the extreme lengths for revenge. Your name will never be mentioned again, and all your trace will be gone. I promise as the last contact, as per the order I will be served on Saturday. A stranger. Sent from my iPhone. Sent from my iPhone was a rather interesting way to end that ridiculous tantrum. Dad loses his mind over a concert I told him 3 weeks in advance about. Oh, that belongs at the beginning as well. For context, my mom and I, 18F, had both told him 3 weeks prior when we got the tickets to the concert, and he had agreed to let me go. References to the court order are talking about the custody agreement between my parents when they got divorced. I was a couple of weeks away from being 10 at the time. Okay, if I saw this first, I wouldn't have been so confused. Hello, did you go to school? Yeah, I'm at lunch right now. So is your mother bringing you home today? I don't know. Are you letting me go to the concert? Because it depends on how long it lasts, if so. I would have, but you and her didn't think you had to ask if you could go. She thinks she can make those decisions without talking about it with me. You should have let me know what you had in mind. Can I please go? This is my first concert ever. I probably won't end up having another chance to go to one for another 2 years at least. I don't care. Next time you'll think of asking, and your mother won't think she can do whatever she wants. I did? He agreed. Please let me go, please. I'll never ask you for anything again. I really want to go, please. I can't tell if you're taking forever to send me a message or just ignoring me, but you're probably gonna have to call mom because she's dead set on taking me. Just so you know. Talk to you whenever you decide to send me a message back. No, and don't make me have to send the police over there. Maybe next time you'll both think about what you're doing after what happened on Friday. You really think I should let you go. What exactly happened on Friday? Didn't mom pay you and everything? I thought everything was going to be good. Like I said, mom is dead set on letting me see my first concert, so... And besides, it's not like she kidnapped me or anything. If you let me go, I'll be home either way, whether it's late tonight or tomorrow after school. He knew 3 weeks ahead of time. I feel like you're making a bigger deal of this than needed, just saying. The court order says Monday morning at home or at schools. It's one day, it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, it's not like she's kidnapping me or anything, and even if she brought me home after school, it would still technically be a violation of the court order because it wasn't the morning and she didn't just drop me off at school. So that logic technically falls through. Can I please just go and have fun for a night? That's all I'm asking. The big problem is what she thinks she can do, what she wants. She doesn't pay child support like the law says. Now she thinks she can do whatever she wants. If she thinks she can get away with this, I'll be in court tomorrow. I don't care what personal vendetta you have against her. I want to go see a concert. It's as simple as that. Please let me go. Again, can't tell if you're ignoring me. I just want to go and have a fun experience. You're always comparing me to my friends, so here's a comparison. Most of my friends have been to at least one concert. I just want to see my first one, preferably before I turn 19. You both need to learn I have the say, so not you and definitely not her. Why? Says who? Please, it's literally one night. Let me go have fun and then you can ground me for the rest of my life if you want. Just let me go to a concert, please. Literally, this conversation would be over already if you told me I could go and enjoy something fun. Again, I say, it's literally one night. Maybe 4 hours that you're not going to see me. Not that big of a deal. Whatever. I told mom you said no. See you when I see you or talk to you when you decide to send me a message. You can hate me all you want, but I said no, it's about the principle. She hasn't seen my text yet, so, like I said, I'll see you when I see you, or I'll talk to you when you decide to send me a message again. Next time both of you will think of what you're doing. Like I said though, you might want to call her and let her know anyway. I did, but I don't know when she's gonna see the message. Also, I hope this mostly pointless argument was worth it. I'm in the middle of class and have been for the past hour, so thanks for distracting me. I'll take it you're ignoring me, so like I said, I'll see you when I see you. So is your mom picking you up, or do you have to take public transportation? Mom is picking me up. It's not like I could catch the blank anyway. Anyway, it's a Monday, remember? Hi, how are you and where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, so everything coming next, I had no context, so I'm a little confused. That's why I'm so flabbergasted by this conversation. Just wanted to put that in there. If you don't answer, I'm going to have to call the police because you're not answering. Bad reception. I'm okay. And I don't know if you're okay. Where are you? You should be home by now. With Mom. My phone is practically dead, so I might have to text her if I stop answering. What? I'm calling the police if you're not home in by 8 o'clock. Did you get the message I sent you? That's okay. The police are here taking a report. They want to know if you're okay, if you're safe. Dude, like, what is the, like, I'm with Mom. What? You're what? You're what? You're with who? Like, dude, why are you freaking out? They want to know if they can call you. I'm perfectly fine. I can't take a phone call right now, but I'm with Mom. Everything is fine. Well, they're going to wait for you to get home so they can talk to you. If you're not home in 10 minutes, they'll go to your mom's house. We were 45 minutes away from his house and 50 from my mom's. I don't even know when this is over, much less when I'll be at home, Mom's house. You weren't supposed to go. Mom was dead set on taking me. I told you that. Told you should have called her. I just showed the officers your text and they're going to your mom's house and wait. Okay, this seems a bit excessive for me going to a concert. Oh my God. It's not like I've gone missing. And besides, we're not sure when we're getting back. Like they said, you're the parent that you live with, so you have the last word. So did you get the call from the police? They asked for your number and your mom number. And Thursday we are going to court and the police officer is going to be my witness? You're not asleep yet, so you're not going to answer that okay. You still have come home, so you're not. Oh my God. Dude, like, get off their. What is so weird about that and hard to understand? Like, oh, you're with your mom, right? Okay, right. So you're being watched over. It's okay. You're with your mom. But I am talking to the police right now, and they're actually going to wait at your house. Are you there? You're coming home, right? Are you and your mom coming home? Like, dude, calm down. The last 2 screenshots are the day after, in which he refuses to acknowledge my messages. Oh boy, the aftermath. Mom exposed me to COVID while pregnant. I'm 6 weeks pregnant. My mom's boyfriend has COVID, and she declined to stay away from me. When I put a mask on, she pretended to not be able to understand what I was saying. God, this was the conversation I had with her this morning when I found out she had a sore throat, which I also have. Also, I work for her, so I couldn't just stay away from her myself. She was hovering after promising to stay in a separate room. Are you kidding? Lol. Pregnancy, your immune system, and getting sick. I can only tell you over and over the best advice: freaking relax. I've actually done this before, and please don't blame me if you get a sore throat. I didn't come near you. You were near me a lot. Oh, for Pete's sake, I don't want to talk to you now. Yeah, well, likewise. Update to my mom exposing me to COVID while pregnant. Uh-oh. Okay, no worries, you'll be fine. 24M. My mom destroyed everything I loved. I turned off my location to go to 7-Eleven at night and forgot to turn it back on. Usually I don't care to turn it off, but she gets a notification if I leave, so I just didn't want to deal with her yelling at me over it. I live here to help my parents out with my 6 younger siblings, as I'm not ready to leave them behind with my narcissistic mother just yet. She saw my texts as disrespectful, stormed into my room in a violent rampage, and destroyed my things. Afterwards, she said how I made her do this. I will be moving out soon. I've always had the money and a great career for it, but I continued to live here simply to help out my parents, and the no rent was convenient. I live in a walk-in closet, so it's not like I was taking up any space. I even pay for the food in this house. I'm just done with her. Any advice? Why did you pause your location from last night? I just saw that now. I didn't actually, so I don't know what you're talking about. If you're going to keep doing this, I'm just going to delete it. I don't care, honestly. Just constantly stalking everything I do or buy. I'm just done. You're right. Everything that happened to me was my fault, my whole life. I don't want anything to do with anyone anymore. Please just leave me alone. Are you serious? I just had a huge fight with Baba over you and you are speaking to me that way. I'm a f***ing idiot. Man, that's sad that like you're making the choice to not move out and help your family and your siblings so that they're not left with those actual terrible people. Just that, man, that's saddening.